Davido, Wizkid, two giants, two icons, but only one can wear the crown as the bigger artist of all time. Today, we're setting the records straight. The numbers, the impact, the culture, everything. And trust me, the winner will shock you. Welcome back to the channel, TopNaijaLife. If you love content that break things down objectively, music, culture, movies, sports, you're in the right place. Hit that like button, subscribe, and never miss out on our future hot drops. The Wizkid and Davido argument is one that has transcended decades. This conversation has existed ever since I, Big Brother, your host today, was born and still exists till now. Just kidding. But as said, let's get straight to business. As we all can remember, Wizkid, whose real name is Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, was born and raised in Surulere, a local government area in Lagos State, at a middle-class neighborhood. He started music at a young age of 11, singing in church and forming a group called Glorious Five. From 2009 to 2010, Wizkid signed to Empire Mates Entertainment, EME, a record label owned by Banky W. Wizkid, now regarded as Big Wiz, was the definition of star boy, even before the name stuck. His baby-face charm, coupled with that smooth, honey-dripped voice, ladies fell hard for Wizkid. Not just because of the music, but because, honestly, he looked like a cute baby with a voice that could melt steel. His breakout hit, Holla at Your Boy, in 2010, a teenage anthem that literally flipped the Afrobeat scene. If you know Sabi the song that year, then nobody go rate you. Davido, on the other hand, with the real name David Adeleke, was born in Atlanta, USA, and raised in Lagos. He came from one of Nigeria's wealthiest family, the Adeleke family, and in fact, it was Dangote, who has been the richest man in Africa for the last 15 years, that drove him home from the hospital the day he was born. We didn't make this up. Davido said it himself in an interview. But here is where it gets interesting. Even though Davido came from a luxurious family, he still shared similar race to stardom with Wizkid. The reason is because Davido's father never wanted him to do music, but rather to become a businessman like him. Davido literally had to fight his way into becoming a musician, with several police arrests by his father on him and his music producers. Back When, in 2011, was his breakout song, followed by Davido, also in 2011, which became an instant street anthem. From day one, Davido had haters. Not because of his music, but because of his background. People are always like, oh, he's making it in music just because his dad is rich. Well, that's the same dad that had made several attempts to stop him. Wizkid released Superstar album in 2011, which was one of the most iconic albums in Nigeria to date. He became the face of Afrobeat internationally, slowly building connections with artists like Drake, Skepta, Chris Brown. Ojuelegba in 2014 was a cultural anthem that particularly caught Drake's attention. By 2016, they collaborated on One Dance, at the time the most streamed song globally, which till now is still by far the biggest song in the careers of both Wizkid and Drake. Big Wiz didn't just represent Nigeria, he carried the entire continent on his back quietly, smoothly, and effortlessly. Davido dropped back-to-back hits like Gobe, Aye, Skelewu, all street anthems. He formed DMW, Davido Music Worldwide, a label that birthed stars like Mayokun and Peruzzi. If and Fall in 2017 became global smash hits, bringing Afrobeats to American charts in ways never seen before. Now that we have reintroduced the two giants, let us embark on the actual verses. Using 7 main categories in this comparison, we shall count by wins and draws for each category based on the current stands as at today in 2025. Let us begin with the most important thing any artist must have, the voice and the music range. On Wizkid. Wizkid is known for his smooth honey-toned voice. He dominates with melodic delivery, laid-back flow, and vocal control. He sings with less strain and has adapted from teen pop to global R&B seamlessly. Wizkid's vocal texture is smooth, soulful, and sonically pleasing. His voice is often described as silk on sound. He glides effortlessly between R&B, Afrobeat, and dancehall without forcing pitch or power. His singing style isn't about belting out high notes. It's about vibe control, melody mastery, and emotional smoothness. You will often hear people say Wizkid sings with his aura. Think about Ojuelegba, Essence, and Come Closer. There's a soothing intimacy that defines his artistry. Onto Davido. He has a powerful raspy vocal, brings energy to every track, and versatile across Afropop, amapiano, trap, and highlife, but often needs vocal processing. But when it's time to make people dance and party, we can 100% trust Davido to deliver. The sound of his Shake Pay alone is enough to get one in the right vibe. He has delivered on so many songs, from Funds to Awuke to Be There Still, and so many others even before his latest album. When it comes to range, music albums are the first pointers of how versatile an artist can switch from a genre to another. Take for example, Wizkid did both Love My Baby and Pakurumo on one album. Just look at that kind of switch, the range. We can't help it but give Wizkid the win in this first round. However, let's continue to see how it goes. Going on to the next round of streaming figures and commercial success. Wizkid has nearly 9 billion total streams on Spotify, with 12.5 million monthly listeners. Essence broke into Billboard Hot 100 at top 10. 2.3 billion views on YouTube with 3.4 million subs. Wizkid holds global streaming power. With over 8 billion total streams, he is the most streamed African artist ever. His hit, Essence, with Temps went global, even earning a Justin Bieber remix and breaking into the Billboard Hot 100 top 10. A historic feat for Nigerian music that in fact boosted the career of Temps as well. Moving on to Davido, he has nearly around 3 billion in Spotify streams, but with over 9.5 million monthly listeners right now. Fall remains one of the most viewed Nigerian music videos on YouTube. Davido has gathered 2 billion views on YouTube on 4.62 million subscribers. Davido's numbers are also not to be downplayed. Apart from Fall with over 300 million views, Eve also crossed the 2 million views line. However, the top 2 videos of Wizkid on this same platform are also in the same range. Now, this is another win for Wizkid in this category, as he obviously stands ahead on these numbers. Wizkid 2, Davido 0. Moving forward to the live performances and online presence, Wizkid performs with precision and chill charisma. His minimalist stage movements focused on more vocals than interaction. He has sold out the O2 Arena 3 nights in a row. Very historic. Wizkid's performances are sleek and refined. He commands stages like the O2 Arena with an air of quiet dominance. He's more about musical ambience than movement. There is a cool control to his stagecraft. However, his tours and shows are not as often and are riddled with more cancellations than his counterparts in recent times. But 3 years ago and beyond, Wizkid pulled some records such as selling out the O2 in 12 minutes from day 1 and in 2 minutes for day 2. Davido, on the other hand, is a ball of fire on stage. He runs, jumps, screams, interacts. He has a larger-than-life performance energy and has multiple O2 Arena and World Cup Qatar stage appearances. Davido brings pure adrenaline. He jumps, sweats, sings, and interacts with his fans like a born performer. His World Cup closing ceremony performance in Qatar was historic, the first Nigerian artist on such a stage. Davido's O2 Arena performance alongside the composers is also unforgettable, and so much more. When it comes to live performances, Davido takes the win as he puts more effort and life into his stage presence. Additionally, the probability of having a show cancelled when you pay to watch Davido is lower than his opponent here. Moving on to the next category, which is the major awards. Wizkid won a Grammy Award in 2021. He has over 80 recognized awards, including BETs, MOBOs, Headies, and Billboard tags. The crown jewel of his accolades, a Grammy Award for his work with Beyoncé on Brown Skin Girl. He also has Billboard Music Awards, MOBOs, MTVs, BETs, and Headies. With over 80 international and local awards total, his trophy cabinet screams global acceptance. Davido, on the other hand, has roughly around 30 awards of similar caliber. No Grammy yet, but consistent presence across global platforms. Obviously, Wizkid again wins this category, but music is beyond just awards and certification. Let us proceed to talk about more crucial factors. If you are enjoying this video, make sure you remember to give a like and subscribe to our channel. On to the next, social media and cultural impact. Wizkid is less active, more exclusive. He has a fan base, the Wizkid FC, that are loyal, quiet, but dangerous. He has influence that spans across fashion, branding, and youth lifestyle. Wizkid has over 18 million Instagram followers, 14 million plus Twitter followers. Wizkid is iconic, but low-key. He rarely posts, making his brand exclusive. His fan base, the Wizkid FC, is extremely loyal, more elite, but dangerous when provoked. Culturally, he has elevated Afrobeats into fashion partnerships, luxury branding, and artistic minimalism. Davido, on the other hand, is extremely active with very lovable personality. His fan base, the 30BG, 30 Billion Gang, are very engaging and very visible. He has funded education, paid hospital bills, raised over 200 million naira for orphans in one day, and many more. Davido, with over 30 million plus Instagram followers, over 16 million Twitter followers, and consistent posts, charity drives, giveaways, and viral moments. Davido lives for the people. When he raised over 200 million naira for orphanages in 2021, it shook the internet. His fan base, the 30BG, is aggressive, loud, and everywhere. He blends luxury with relatability. He is also the most popular artist in the entire of Africa. No long story, Davido wins this round. Obviously, for his wider social presence, grassroots connections, and philanthropic cultural dominance. Now the score is Wizkid 3, Davido 2. Let's move on to record label success and industry presence. Wizkid runs the Starboy Entertainment. He has signed artists like Malik Berry, LAX, and Terry. He focuses more on personal collaborations than building rosters. Wizkid founded the Starboy Entertainment and signing only a few artists. His focus is more on his personal collabs with likes of Drake's, Beyoncé, Chris Brown, Skepta. While Wizkid is global, he has not built a full-blown label structure. It should be noted that other popular names like Efya, R2Bs, and Mr. Easy were not exclusively signed to Starboy Entertainment. However, they were also associates of the label. Wizkid is also known as a no-nonsense guy within the industry. He has also fought with major bodies in the past, such as his fight with BET to stop them from giving African artists the awards on Backstage. He won, and this benefits them all till today, as the awards are now offered right on the main stage, among other examples. On to Davido. He built the DMW Davido Music Worldwide. It's the home to stars like Mayokun, Peruzzi, Dremo. Davido is also known as a kingmaker, boosting young artists to stardom. He has collaborated with the likes of Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, Nas, Musa Keys, and many more. Davido founded the Davido Music Worldwide, DMW, and signed, nurtured, and launched stars like Mayokun, Peruzzi, Dremo, Yonda, Ido West, Mehdi, Lil Frosh, Mighty Youth, Morave, Logos Olori, and so much more. So many. He is known for featuring up-and-coming artists and giving them platforms to kickstart their careers. This, Wizkid barely does. Add his collaboration with Nicki Minaj, Lil Baby, Musa Keys, and Chris Brown, and you get a powerhouse executive and artist. In fact, his songs, particularly with Chris Brown, are uncountable. Apart from that, Davido is further known to carry his advertisers on his head as though his life depends on them. He works with brands at top of his energy. My verdict, though Wizkid has played his part in careers of a few and fought for the culture at some point, Davido has done more by giving a career to so many and maintaining a better relationship with a large amount of industry figures. Another win for Davido. And now it's a tie. But to break this tie, we're going to be moving on to net worth and general lifestyle. Wizkid has a cool, private, fashion-forward lifestyle. He works with Dior, Puma, Dolce & Gabbana. He prefers mystery, luxury without loudness. Wizkid oozes silent luxury. Think elegance, European-style designers, private jets, and VIP-only appearances. Wizkid rarely shouts. He lets aesthetics do the talking. He is the poster child for calm celebrity lifestyle, cool, unproblematic, mysterious. When it comes to net worth, all signs prove he is a billionaire in Naira, and as he said, millionaire in every currency. Big Wiz charges big for partnerships, shows, and every deal. However, he could just wake up on a random day and begin to insult the entire Africa through his Twitter, IG, or anywhere. But on a normal day, he is usually silent and reserved. He also has only a few persons on his team who barely share information about his private life to the world. Davido, on the other hand, has a loud, flashy, and fun lifestyle. He drives Rolls-Royce, Lamborghinis, he flies private jets, and throws parties. He dresses sharp and confidently represents Nigeria's culture and wealth. Davido is seen as Afrobeats' flashy prince. Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royce Cullinan, flashy diamond chains, designer outfits, and frequent public appearances. He is vibrant, expressive, family-centered, and dramatic when needed, but he still manages to remain relatable to everyday Nigerians, even though he was born with a silver spoon. Davido has a long list of people on his team. His convoy is always extremely long. It is safe to call him the president of Afrobeats. There is barely any car or property that one has and the other doesn't have similar or one around the same cost. However, it is revealed that Davido does not charge as high as Wizkid when it comes to business deals. But on the dark side of lifestyle, Davido faces some serious allegations from his infidelity in relationship to his involvement in Nigerian politics, and endorsement on some platforms that turned out to be a scam. Davido barely responds to these allegations anyway, but it doesn't rule out the fact that he is the man of the people who goes around helping almost everyone in one way or the other. As he says, we rise by lifting others. We don't have a verdict on this final round. We want you to tell us in the comment section who is the winner, as this final round will give a final score to declare overall winner. Until next time, we remain your favorite TopNaijaLife. Wait, one more thing. If you want to know about how Burna Boy became the biggest Afrobeat star, click the video by your left and watch Burna Boy's race to stardom. And we also want to hear from you. Who should we compare next? Rema versus Asake?